looking at the BaZi Chinese astrology for Vladimir Putin and for Russia. This is a part 2 video. I did the other one about President Zelensky and Ukraine. I'll put a link below so you can see both of those, this video and that one, to understand how this war is going to progress going forward into the year of the fire horse. And is peace possible? And I think the astrology of these two leaders and their countries gives us that outcome. And especially looking at a year of a fire horse in which there is so much instability, volatility. So I welcome you. My name is Lydia Griffith. This is Fire Horse Wisdom. So happy to be with you today. Just introduce myself. I'm a master level BaZi astrologer with clients worldwide. I've been doing this work for over 25 years. I'm also a spirit guide and a feng shui consultant. So again, welcome. This is an interesting time, friends. We are going to first start, as we did with the other reading, with the country. I'm going to hold this up for you. Here we go, get you in focus. Hopefully you can see this. So this is the Russian chart. And we're looking at the last 2 months of 2025 going into the forecast for 2026. So when we look at Russia's chart, it's actually a pretty balanced and solid nation as itself. And December brings in a water harm between the month of the rat and their year of the sheep, which, looking at this whole yang earth rat, which the rat is yin water, really shows there is a lot of financial instability. The economy does not feel in any way stable. There's also kind of a shifting of roles, shifting of identity. We hear a lot about this. And there's also a shift in allies. Who is supporting? Who are the nations supporting the Russian people? And there's also this element of, feels very Neptunian, illusion, delusion, and caution towards action without the right outcome or support. Kind of a little weird in there. Does not feel very solid or stable for Russia in December. And when you think about the elements, yang earth on top of yin water, it's almost like you've got an island sitting on top of a little pooling amount of water, and it's shifting, shaking. We get to January, and now we have yin earth on top of the yin earth of the ox. Remembering that according to our Chinese calendar, 2026, the year of the fire horse, begins in February. So January for Russia is really about doing whatever it takes to win, to be inventive, to be innovative, to be sovereign, to have strong allies, to be solid, double yin earth, very solid ground. But that being said, there is an energy of impatience, of being reactionary or reactive, being motivated more by money and that's changing hands that may or may not be a little bit questionable. And after all, we're talking about a nation of people, and so it's kind of an odd thing to be drawing astrology to anyway, but this is the overarching flavor. And there is a semi-water trio and a full metal trio. And for Russia, that is very much about action that leads to financial reward. But again, the overarching flavor is a certain amount of instability with all of it. So there could be a stabilizing of finances. I would say that makes more sense from December, very unstable, into January when things begin to stabilize in economy. And there is this very strong sense of self. It feels far, like, again, more stabilizing. And then recognizing that Russia is born on the day of the snake. This whole year, 2025, has been a direct confrontation, like head to head. You know, staring at the mirror and looking at yourself and taking it on. All right, here we go. That eases up in February. And the horse coming in with the day of the snake, year of the sheep, full fire trio. Being an earth nation, born on a yin earth snake day, the fire is the biggest word for Russia in 2026. Is this nation is emboldened, and it is run by a dictator level of leadership that is harsh, it is powerful, and it is not going to be messed with. Solid in its loyalty and patriotism. It is all about government presence, justice, law, social services, banking. It is all like a huge amount of fire for these earthy people. And it is kind of what I would call overwhelming, or in this case, being a nation, an oppressive force of governance. Okay, shift over to Vladimir Putin's chart. And I have covered this war before in other videos, and I'll try to remember to put the links to the previous videos I did. Putin's chart is interesting. He has his two dragons, year, hour, and the dog being the day. This dude has got dictator energy so strong. Like, if this was just a guy coming to me and having his chart read, I would say, oh my God, you must own a big company, or you must be a force to be reckoned with in your life. This guy has to be in charge. Now, where he's been in 2025 is very much echoing his current luck cycle that began in 2023. Oh, forgot to mention that. Rewind back to Russia. 2026 is the last year of this luck cycle for them. 2027, year of the sheep, they will move into a new luck cycle. And I think that is going to mark a big shift in Russia. A very notable shift. Yeah. A lot coming for Russia. This next year is, like I said, an oppressive presence of government and that authoritative rule. So when we look at Vladimir Putin, this year of the snake has been very much about his governance and his role, and him feeling supported by his allies, his people. I don't know if they have a choice, and feeling very strong in who he is as a leader. So, December, new tactics. Something is starting over, or something feels like a new effort, a new strategy, something going on with that. And he needs to take action that supports his sense of duty and authority. He needs to do things that basically continue to elevate his sense of needing to be the leader, capital Leader of Russia, okay? And the rat of December with his two dragons forms a semi-water trio that reinforces his power. January, he is doing whatever he can to win. There is a lot of change. It is revolutionary, reactionary energy, action that probably will lead to an escalation of his authority. He is motivated by the land of Ukraine being Russian, by money, by success, power, fame. And the ox of January with the rooster, which is the month he's born, forms a semi-metal trio, which is giving him money. But that being said, his day of the dog is very stressed in January by all that's going on. Takes a toll to be a leader like that. 2026, remember, it's the last year of the luck cycle for the Russian people. How long will Putin be in power when there are changing roles going on, very much echoing in reverse, right? His current luck cycle is a yin fire snake, yin fire over yang fire. Year of the fire horse is yang fire over yin fire. And it is hot, hot, hot. This is his element. It is all about him. Who are his allies? Who are these people? These Russian people that are his, you know, he's leading them. And everything is shifting in what that alliance is. And again, he is emboldened, outspoken, driven to succeed at all costs. Nothing is going to stop him. He has a semi-traditional fire trio and a semi-seasonal fire trio. There is so much fire, and that is his element. So no, the end that I can tell you, the only thing that is going to take down Putin is not being living. And before that happens, he is going to stand sovereign, and he is going to fight the biggest fight that he can. It is almost like you see this going on for years. This is the sprint to the end. Year of the fire horse. And God bless them all. Nobody wants to see war. Nobody wants to see death and destruction. And yet here we are. So this is political astrology. I have no political opinion one way or the other. When I get excited, it's because of the astrology, to be honest. It's a hell of a story, but it's painful that it is reality. And so I leave you here, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, please be well.